Well, hello, hello. This is Saturday afternoon, and I'm Svieta from Homestaging Step by Step. I always forget to talk about my website. I run this group, and I also run a lot of paid and free programs. As you can see, I have a website which also has a lot of tools and things available for you. And I will be making an effort of posting more of my articles and more of resources for you in this group, or you can go and sign up for my mailing list, and this way you'll be getting the information. But that's not the topic of today, really. I've been getting a lot of interest and a lot of questions, and I noticed that there is a certain pattern to people who are asking me things about being in my academy. So I wanted to clarify some things, and I really want to focus and maybe re-explain on what's in it for you, okay? Because this is ultimately what is important to you. This is what you want to know, and how is it going to really, really help you, and what is it going to really, really give you? So, of course, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's budget is different, everybody's time is different, and there is no way, in all honesty, I can make any kind of guarantees. But I will tell you, statistically speaking, what the situation is and what you can really expect from joining the academy, and how that will propel you to the top, really, really to the top. That's what you want. So the first question is, I think everybody wants to know, like, how much more money will I get, right? So I don't know. The answer is I cannot tell you the exact number, but what I can tell you is that it doesn't matter what situation you're in, whether you're in a slow market, whether your house is not in a super good condition, whether you are in a very hot market and maybe your house is already good. But let me tell you a couple of points. First of all, home staging works for everybody in any kind of situation. You can always improve it. You can always tweak it and do certain things to increase its value. Sometimes it's increasing the real value, sometimes it's increasing the perceived value, but it doesn't matter. What you want at the end of the day, we all want one thing. We want to have people lining up at our door and fighting for your house. And you would like to get two or three or four offers at or above asking price, ideally, right? This is the dream for everybody. You don't want it to drag it out for months. You want, it's hard selling a house. It's annoying. You have to always maintain it. It disturbs your routine. So this is what I specialize in. So I help you maximize your chances of obtaining the best possible results. Now, I work individually with each person, and I look at different criterias that I can look at. And of course, together, hopefully, we team up with your realtor or you do your own research. And then we determine together what the best course of action is. So statistically speaking, and those statistics don't come from me, they come from National Association of Realtors in the US. They do a survey every year. On average, people are willing to pay more, sometimes as high as 10 or even 15% more for a well-staged house. Now, well-staged house doesn't mean that you just decorated it and threw some cushions around and put some artwork up and a plant in the corner and you think it's done. And that's like really another misconception that I constantly see in this group and in other places, and it really, really bugs me, because I don't think most people really understand that before you start putting the decorative stuff, there is a lot of things that need to be done prior to that moment, which are even more important. And that is really maintaining, updating, painting, and taking care of the important issues of your house as much as you can in terms of time and money. Now, I see a lot of people talk about decluttering also. Like everybody says, oh, my biggest challenge is the decluttering the house. Yes, I get it. It is very important. And as a matter of fact, I'm not supposed to be talking about it, but I will because I can't keep secrets. I am bringing in a specialist and an organizer into this group. It's going to be in September. We're looking at the week of September 14th or 21st, and she's going to do a specific workshop on decluttering to sell, where she's going to give you some techniques and some easy things that you can implement to start your decluttering process and help you with that, because I do know that a lot of you are asking questions about that and you kind of feel a little bit overwhelmed and you don't really know, and it's for some people it's a bigger job than others, and believe me, I've been there. I've done it myself. I've sold my house about 2.5 years ago after living there for 17 years, and I've moved to a much smaller space, so I had to optimize the spaces that I have, and it's really good. But I'm not a kind of person who keeps a lot of stuff, so I like living in a more minimalistic way. So even if I cannot give you the exact amount of money that you're going to be getting more for your house, and nobody can, but you can safely assume that it could be between 5 and 10%, and that is being very conservative. So I think it's a very nice chunk of money, and nobody would say no to that. So that's number one. Another question is you have to think about what it's costing you not to get professional advice from me, okay? And I'm not trying to be pretentious, but in all truth, I've been doing this for 15 years and I'm very good at what I do, and I can detect things that you cannot see just because A, you don't have the training, B, because you're very used to your own house and you just don't see your house in the same way that somebody who is neutral and objective would see it. And I think that is really the beauty of getting help from a professional home stager, even if it's just a 1 hour or an hour and a half consultation, even if it's something as small as taking the self-paced course. The important thing is to go through the whole process in a step-by-step organized way, and then pick the things that really apply to you. And believe me, again and again and again, my job is to see what you don't see and tell you what you don't want to hear. So this is the real benefit, is that I will direct you on the right path. I will also prevent you from spending money and investing money in things that are not necessary. So I don't know if you listened to the interview I conducted yesterday, Friday, with Virginia Bailey. It is in the units and in the testimonials. You can find it. And I really suggest that you listen to this interview, because Virginia admitted, I was not going to say anything, but she said it herself, that she wishes she would have met me couple of months before, because I would have saved her a lot of money. She ended up spending $8,000 on landscaping her backyard, and her grass is not even done. And it is really not something that probably would have been necessary. So that money could have been allocated somewhere else, or just money that would have been saved. So right there, the value, of her working with me is like enormous. So it's not just the money that I'm going to help you make, it's also the money that I'm going to save you. And not just the money, it's also the effort, the time, the stress, the overwhelm. So the cost of you not paying a couple of $100, and we're literally talking about $347 here, okay? So it's not a big amount of money, but in return, you're going to gain thousands, okay? Thousands. And I know, and I'm very comfortable about talking about this and telling you that, because I know that that's the case, and I've been living it for 15 years. So this is how it works. But you need to do it right, and you need to go through the process, and you need to pick the right steps, and you need to do it a certain way, okay? So if you don't do it, you'll be leaving money on the table. And everybody has a choice to make, and ultimately the choice is yours. but I want you to make an informed choice. So there's some people, for example, who will tell me, well, I know that my basement doesn't look good right now. I know it's 1970s wood paneling and it needs this and it needs that, but I don't know if I have the money or the energy or the time to deal with it. And, what is the impact? And the impact is very simple. So either you spend a certain amount of money, you invest, and then you're going to recoup probably a lot more. Or you decide that, okay, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the energy, I'm not going to do it, but I will have to reduce my price accordingly. And that is a perfectly valid choice, but it's a choice that you would be making in in full when you know that you're making this choice, okay? But that's what I want you to do. I want you to maximize your chances of success and getting everything right so you can sell your house at the top dollar. And another thing I want to mention is that I'm going to also teach you so much more. So for those of you who did the academy with me did the challenge with me this week, by the way, the videos are coming down tomorrow night, Sunday night. So if you haven't had a chance, you still have a couple of days to watch them. You will see that what we did is just one small part of the whole academy. So we focused on step number 1, which is very important, and that's really assessing where you're at right now and realizing where you need to be and looking at the gap. But that's just the first step, right? So at that point, there is a lot more things that you need to know. So there's a lot more secrets that I will reveal. So you need to know how to do your budget, how to do your prioritizing. And I hear a lot of people in this group asking me those questions. Well, I don't know where to stop. I don't know what's important and what's less important. This is everything I teach within Academy. We also look at everything starting from things such as, how to analyze your market, how to decide how to make an action plan for your house, and then looking at all the big repairs and updates that you might want to do or might decide not to do. We'll look at all the small fixes and repairs. We'll look at decorating aspects. We'll look at, paint colors, and I give you a lot of advice on the most efficient way of working with paint. And I think it's an incredible investment, by the way. It's really something that should be done, but of course you want to keep the costs down, so that's important. And then the last part is where we actually go and talk about the staging, the decorating, the focal point, how to place your furniture, and what to do with your window coverings, and what to do with your light fixtures, and all that exciting stuff. So there's tons more information. Now that information, you can decide that you go through it very quickly, because I do live trainings every day, and you have access to my self-paced course with all the checklists and guides. And so it's something that you can, if you want to put your house on the market in the next couple of weeks, or if your house is already on the market, you can speed up the process and go through it very fast. But on the other hand, if you have 3 or 6 months in front of you, then it's fine also, because the daily recordings will stay in a closed Facebook group that's just for clients, paying clients. And then you can go back there and you can go through them again when you want to. The self-paced course is yours. It's lifetime access, so there's no worries there. And then the best thing is that I will be there as your personal home stager from A to Z, answering all your questions, and I will be giving one-on-one consultations to every participant in this group. So it's starting on Monday. There's still some spots available, and the price is only $347 now US. And for my Canadians, only this time around, I'm trying something new that I've never tried again, and I want to help you with the exchange rate, because I'm a Canadian, and I know that for us right now it's a big difference. So I'm giving you guys $100 US coupon to use towards the purchase of the course, so that makes it only $247 for the Canadians. And So if that's something that you want, it's not too late. You have to register by tomorrow night, and you have to let me know, because I'm doing some arrangements with people who are registered already to see how we're going to schedule our next week to make sure that it accommodates everybody. So if you are interested, if you have questions, you can DM me. I'm always open to talk to everyone. Actually, I'm talking to one participant in 15 minutes exactly, so I'm going to need to get off. But I'm very open to answering your questions and giving you whatever information you need to make your final decision. I want you to take the right decision for you. I want you to be ready to implement, to work, because this is who I work with. You know, I work with people who are ready to actually take action. And by the way, there's also a full-time money back guarantee. So you really do not have any concerns, any risk. So once again, you know, I really think you'd be really missing out if you don't sign up, if you are selling your house soon, because at the end of the day, you might end up losing a lot of money, which you don't have to. You want to, you know, minimize the chances of that and maximize your chances of making an extra 10, 15, $20,000, which is, you know, pretty realistic number. So I'm going to leave you with that. I thank you for listening to me. And again, I invite you to join me in the academy. It's to register. It's very simple. It's homestagingstepbystep.com/academy. And if you have any questions, you just let me know. Thank you. Bye.